hit the subscribe button. Or don't. I really don't care one way or the other. Okay guys, so I thought the video ended with the previous segment, but this is most likely going to be the final segment. Final thoughts and reviews on this Chinese quote-unquote Lego roller coaster set. Is it worth it? Well, that depends. If you're looking for a cheaper alternative than buying the official Lego set, which on the secondhand market goes for anywhere, let's put it this way, if you find it for $450, that is a steal. I've seen people trying to sell it for as much as $600. Again, this coming shipped from China was $180. Now, is it worth it? If you're looking to build something for display purposes only, I think it's very much worth it. Now, please keep in mind, this is just my review for my particular set. Other people may have completely different experiences with their set. This is just me and my set. Also, this is like the first, with the exception of my Optimus Prime, which I don't know if you'll see that, if you've already seen that video yet. I may have not have uploaded it. But this is the biggest Lego set I've ever built. I'm used to building little tiny things with my granddaughter. My Optimus Prime was pretty big, but that was simple compared to this. The Optimus Prime was an official Lego set. This is a Chinese Lego set. I think I said the name was Lepin. Could be wrong. I'm also not accustomed to building such big things. And you know, there were some times where I realized I made some mistakes, had to go back and correct it. So my negative issues on this may be a result of my errors in assembly. Maybe I'm just not reading the instructions right, but here goes. So, if you're looking for something just to build and display and never play with, I think it's completely worth it. Let's go with the positives first. It's cheaper. It's an experience. You know, when I bought this, I paid extra for a printed color manual, which you saw. I could have just used downloaded instructions from the internet. Wasn't interested in doing that. Most likely it would have been a PDF that they sent. I wanted actual physical instructions. Just makes it easier for me. It comes with 6 coaster carts, so 2 roller coasters of 3 cars each. I currently have 4 and 4. We'll get to that in a minute as to why I have that. Let me move this bench back. Alright, so I got it built. Let's see how it goes. Hopefully we got a smooth run. Going to the top. Now, before we go any further, you'll notice the carts, some are blue, some are green. The green ones are official Lego carts, Lego coaster carts. The blue ones are the Chinese knockoffs. I went over this in a previous video or previous segment. All right, so we're going. Nice. Let's go to the next one. You see it got stuck there. Now again, I went over this with the previous segment. The blue coaster carts they always get stuck right here. I don't know why. The green ones don't seem to have an issue. So, let's try just 3 blue carts and see what happens. Some of this might be redundant. Sorry, this overall video is probably way too long, but, you know, hey, you're the ones that are choosing to watch it. Alright, so I got 3 carts as intended. Granted, the cart in my back is not fully assembled. Let's see what happens. Yeah, see? Even worse. But, you know, the rest... Yeah. Alright, so, let's get this sucker back. Put our carts back on. So as you can see, there are some issues. Now, what I will say is, some of the issues that I found seem to be the same issues with the official Lego set. So, that's not good, but you gotta remember, when you order from China or AlixExpress, Alibaba, whatever, quality is never gonna be better than original stuff. It just isn't. I've ordered plenty of things from AlixExpress, however you want to pronounce it. Muhammad Ali Express, you know, whatever. It's the good, it's just the quality's never the best. Sometimes pretty close. Alright, so as you can see, right now it's functional, but I had a severe amount of issues with this thing. And one of the reasons why I'm making this video is I couldn't seem to find too many videos on the fake Chinese coaster. So hopefully this will help people out. I know it's already been a pretty long video, just bear with me, but if you're thinking of getting this, you'll probably want to see what issues I have. Although I've already gone over some, let's just, you know, go over them and get everything done. Alright, so first issue. This chain. The chain that was provided for me with the set is a piece of crap. It constantly broke, very cheap. I just couldn't get it to work properly. I bought official Lego chain links, and immediately I noticed a difference. So that's one thing. You need about 210, about 205 to 210 of these links. I just bought 300, so I have a bunch left over. Alright, so get that out of the way. You're good, you know, you're partially good to go. Next issue I found. Let's get this coaster back up the ramp. If you hear any background noise, it's my daughter making breakfast for the dog. Alright, next issue. These wheels right here. Those cause me problems. The wheels provided are these suckers right here. And you can, let's take a look at the size difference. Hopefully that's clear and focused in. Kind of viewing on my toes right here at an angle. You can see the size difference. In fact, there we go. Alright. Needless to say, to get this working as good as it is now, I had I had to raid my granddaughter's Legos to find suitable parts. Yeah, had to pretty much engineer this thing to get it to work as good as it does. The provided tires for me and my set were not big enough. So, when you crank the handle, what happens is, in addition to raising the cart up with this link, it also moves these tires right here. Let me see if I can show you. Okay. Take a look at the tires as I'm rotating. See? And what happens is it moves the cart along. That didn't go all the way. Concerning. So, you can see the tires moving. Well, what happened is the provided tires weren't big enough, so they were barely touching the cart. So that's one issue. Second issue, all these gears right here, you need to lube those up. Vaseline probably would have worked wonders. I didn't have that, so I used Vicks 40, or yeah, Vicks. That seemed to work. All right. Next thing. Right here. What is supposed to happen in theory is the cart, when it comes down right through here, it's supposed to come down with enough force to latch on to one of these chain links. It doesn't. You have to constantly crank it in order to get it to click on. So, you got it clicked. Oh, you can take a look at some of the other areas right here. But let's go for another run, see how that goes. So far, we're going good. You can probably see the wheels turning. Okay. Thus far, that's just a few of the issues. Go on, don't worry. Other issues. This thing falls apart. I don't mean into bits and pieces, but Legos become unattached to each other. So I'm going to get the camera out here. Okay, look, right there. Perfect example. Boom. I saw another one right there. Boom. Things just want to come unattached. Oh no, sorry, not that one. That's a different Lego. It's supposed to be like that. My mistake. But look at right there. That's coming unattached. Okay. This one, before I recorded the video, that area was unattached. This area was unattached. So it was causing problems. That's something you're going to have to deal with. And you can see over in this area, the way I've dealt with it, see, that track was becoming unattached to the white area. So the red is supposed to be there. This red little piece right there. Can't focus in. Okay. That's supposed to attach to this. It kept popping up. So I added some spacers. Lego spacers, I'll call them. This piece, the track was supposed to attach to the top of the white. Guess what? It kept coming undone. So I had to attach a spacer right there. There's another area right here. That kept becoming unattached from each other. So I put a Lego right there. Other issues. Now maybe I viewed the assembly wrong, but this area right here, geez, we're already going on 14 minutes for this section. Okay, you see how it picks the chain and kind of kicks it up? I did that basically to get the chain to stay nice and tight, so that I'll pick up the cart and get a good hold on everything. If the chain's too loose, there's problems. If it's too tight, there's problems. So you kind of I had to baby my way, try and fix everything. Finally, I think I got it to work good. All right, another problem. This section right here. This is supposed to come out. You can see it is out as far as it's going to go, and it's supposed to stop the cart so that when it comes down the track, it actually just stops right there. You know, for new people to ride on. You're only supposed to have 3 cars, you know, but I like to put 4, makes it a little funner for my granddaughter. But you can see this thing is out and it does not stop. That needs a bigger wheel. Now the purpose of it is it stops, and then you use this crank and it pushes the cart forward, and it's supposed to go all the way down and then latch on. That's an issue. This is an issue. This is what functions everything. This is what moves the chain, which moves the tires, etc. Well, I had some problems. That originally, and this is where I had to engineer something. I spent a good amount of time doing this. You can see the shaft in the back right there. You see the red to the Lego to the gray to the brown to the gray. Well, that gray that's furthest away from the camera, that gray shaft holder, whatever you want to call it, that was originally connected to a shaft, or a long rod, which was then connected at the end with something that looked like this. Okay, that was to go in there, and it turns it allows it to turn. Sorry. Hold up. Okay. So it's like an axle. It is an axle. It allows it to turn, and that connected to another rod that originally went to right through here, which then connected to that rod right there, which then moved that big black wheel right there. Okay. Well, the damn axle snapped. You see the piece right there. It snapped. So it couldn't be used. So what I did is I connected the rod all the way to right there. That's where you put the motor if you want to buy one of those battery operated motors, which I did buy. But guess what? I bought it from the same seller as part of this package. It didn't work. I already contacted them. They said they would send me a replacement. But keep in mind, this is from China, and the guy's possibly like, yeah, F you, whatever. Although he did say he would send me one, so we'll find out. Now here's the problem. Connecting to that rod, or to that wheel, you can, let's see. You can see it connects to a small black wheel right there. And that moves the big wheel, which then moves the gray wheel, which then moves the chain, etc., etc. Well, because I'm connecting to the smaller wheel now, this arrow on the crank is invalid. If I turn it clockwise, everything's going to go in reverse. So now I have to turn it counterclockwise. So I'm probably going to take that off just so my granddaughter doesn't get confused. I don't want her to get confused. I want her to have fun with this. But yeah, so getting this thing to work took some engineering on my behalf. And this is going to be a very long video. Hopefully you guys find it useful. Knowing everything I know now, would I have still gotten this? Truthfully, it's hard to say. At this point, I may have just gotten her an Elsa castle or something, but it's done. It is fun. If it continues to be fun, I have no problems with it anymore, then I think it's a good buy. Like I said, if you want this just for display purposes only, set it, in your Lego room and just to look at, I think it's 100% worth it. If you want it to work properly, you might have to go through some of the headaches that I went through. But yeah, there you are. So, until next time.
That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over.